Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Paisleys and Polka Dots, and in this video I am going to show you how to spray paint. I found that a lot of you are a little intimidated by the spray painting process, so I thought maybe if I do this quick video for you, it might make things a little easier. So to get started, I'm going to be painting one of our gingerbread houses here. And I have all the pieces laid out. Now, because the top parts of this particular kit, you don't always need to mask things off like I have here, but for the top of the gingerbread house, it's brown. This part is brown. So I went ahead and I taped it off with painter's masking tape, and just so that I can spray paint the bottom edge white for the gingerbread trim, and that way I won't get any white to cover where the brown needs to be. So as far as these little tiny pieces, a little tip I like to do is when you spray paint, because of the force of the spray, it tends to like fly your pieces across your tabletop, and so it makes it easier to just rip off a piece of painter's tape like so, and then fold over the sides like this. Oh, going the wrong way. Let's see, let's open this back up. Get my pieces out of the way here. What you want to do is create yourself a little sticky surface to stick all of your pieces on to keep it in place. Okay, so I'm going to take these little pieces here. I'm going to stick them on the blue tape. Make sure you have the right sides up. It's always easiest to lay out your pieces onto your project. That way you can see which pieces are face up, face down, and then you can get a visual of how things look for the finished project, and that way you'll know which way the pieces go. So, this tape right here will keep all these pieces in place. For larger pieces like this one, you really don't need to tape those down. So they don't typically move anywhere, so I don't tape those. Save on the tape there. For white spray paint, I like to use flat spray paint, no matter what color it is. I particularly like this Magnolia brand for the white because I like the way it covers. Usually you'll cover in 1 or 2 coats, and you always want to give your can a good shake. I'll shake it for several minutes so that you can get it all mixed up. I already pre-shook this can here, and you're going to want to, like I said, make sure it's all shook up. And when I spray paint, you don't want to just do one big huge spray like this, the whole constant. You don't want to be spraying like this, okay? I'll just do it on that paper right there. You're going to want to go in short bursts across your piece. And I tend to like to work on the sides of my wood, because by the time I go around all the sides, the pieces are so small that you've already spray painted the tops of your wood. So I give it little bursts back and forth of the spray, and like I said, by the time I get to the top, it's covered. Typically with the white, I will spray at least 2 coats, sometimes 3 depending upon the coverage, due to the burnt edges on the sides of the wood from the laser. But a lot of times 2 coats is enough. If you want it to be really distressed, if you want your piece to be really distressed, then I will even spray paint only 1 coat of paint, and then use a heavy sandpaper, and that gives a distressed look. So you don't need a lot of paint on the wood in that case. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to start with this piece here. And like I said, I'm going to hold my can kind of at an angle, so I'm going to try to work at getting the sides of the piece of the wood done. So I'm just going to go like this and kind of stop and start. And you can kind of move around your piece as you keep spraying, and then go to the next one. And as they're close together, you see I'm already getting the tops of this one. And of course you want to work outdoors or in a area where you have some ventilation. So I'm just going to work around all the sides, and as you can see, I'm holding my can almost sideways so that I can get the sides of the wood. And little bursts back and forth. That way you can control the spray. And less is more. I'm very impatient when it comes to spray painting, so I don't like to wait. But as you go at it on a side, you're gonna get all into the little nooks and crannies up in this area here. So as I work my way around, I'm gonna go to the side of it now. And actually, I should have done this top one here first. Let's see, I'm gonna get these. So I try to work all the way around, so I'm getting all into the nooks and crannies. I'm going to turn on this side, and we're going to go this way now. And as you can see, I'm just giving little bursts of spray. You don't want to have too much, because if you spray it with too much, you are going to have it pool and puddle, and then you're going to get like a orange peel effect, and you don't want that. So I didn't get up on, I'm on the back side of everything now, and I didn't get onto the top side of these. So I'm going to go back and just get on the top sides here. And that way I can get into this side of the little insides of the window frames and the insides of the gingerbread trim here. And then, so that's all there is to it. So like I said, by the time I'm done, I've already got spray on the tops of all of my pieces. Now, if you see that you need a little area that needs a little touch up, just go ahead and dash a little bit of spray on there. And that's it. Okay, so I thought I would add in a larger piece so you can see how that's done. Since those other little pieces were so small, they were pretty easy to spray paint. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to spray paint a larger piece, but it's done in the same way that we just did all those little pieces. I'm going to come at this piece here. This is part of our country cabinet, and I'm going to spray kind of like going to the sides again, and I'm going to try and get in. I'm going to go this direction first, and I'm going to get all the, I'm trying to hit the upper sides of the inside of this. And as you can see, while I'm doing that, it's getting all the top surface as well. So I can go all the way around the sides. I'm gonna go on the back side here. Now as I go on the back side, I'm spraying from the opposite direction, kind of at an angle, getting in all those nooks and crannies, working, kind of spraying the side, going back and forth. And as you can see, as I keep going back and forth, I'm stopping in between. I'm not just doing one huge spray. And as you can see, my top is pretty much coated. So I began to say in the earlier part of the video that I'm very impatient when it comes to spray painting. And I don't like to wait for everything to dry in between. But it's very important to allow your pieces to dry in between. Otherwise, you may get that sticky effect and it doesn't dry properly. So you do want to have to be patient, letting your piece fully dry and then coming back with a second or third coat if it needs it. So again, I'm going to go around all my outside edges. I'm going to work my way around. Especially on these larger pieces, the dark sides, because of the laser, it might need extra paint, extra coverage. Okay, so now as you can see, because this is a larger piece, I don't have all my center covered with paint. So at that point, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use long sprays, go all the way across and work your way down the board. And I'm working about probably a good 6 inches away from my wood, 6 to 8 inches. And you can see it's just a very light coat of paint. Going back and forth. Nice and even sprays. So, and you know, you can have lighter areas, like this one's a little bit lighter. And that's where I say you want to leave that. You can go back over it a little bit if you find that it's, you know, like right here. I can kind of go back over that. But if you keep spraying it really heavily, it is going to orange peel. And that's where I think we all might get a little impatient, and then it just doesn't cover well. So patience is a good thing, and so that's how you do a bigger piece. So if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment in the box below, or you can reach me at info@paisleysandpolkadots.com, and I can answer any questions you may have. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.